Hey guys, it's Queen Jordan, and today I'm going to do a natural hair tips video. So if you want to know my tips and tricks on keeping your hair healthy, then just keep on watching. You might be thinking, who's this girl and how's she giving me natural hair tips? What does her hair even look like? So I actually have a video on the down bar. It is a twist out tutorial, and that'll show you how my hair looks right now. But I also am going to put up 2 pictures of where my hair was in 2017 and then how it is now in 2020. So maybe you can get an understanding of who I am and maybe if I even know what I'm talking about. But there you go. To start off, I have 4 different categories, and each of them is a different thing that you might not know or you may know. So first, I'm going to start off with things you should already be doing. To start off, I have protective styles. Protective styles are wigs, braids, cornrows, buns, things to keep your hair safe and out the way. The next thing you should be doing is drinking water. I know you've heard this like 1,000 times on YouTube, off YouTube. Drink water. That helps keep your body healthy and cleans you out from the inside out. So once you do that as well, your hair should start to grow. Or be hydrated as well. And then next thing you should already be doing is deep conditioning regularly. So at this very moment, we're in a pandemic, meaning that we're legit always home, or you should be home. If you're not home, I don't know what you're doing. But you have time, you should have time out of the day, out of the week to deep condition your hair. Honestly, you can do any deep conditioner. You can make your own deep conditioner. I used to do that. I used to do that when I first went natural, so you should be doing that. Lastly, for this category, wash your hair once a week. If you're washing your hair more than once a week, you're stripping your hair of all of the oil and moisture that it needs to prosper. So if you're sitting there washing it all the time, that's not going to be healthy for your hair, because our hair is not the same as other people's hair. So make sure you're doing that. And if you think you need to wash your hair, just change up the style. That'll help from you thinking, oh, I need to wash my hair. Just change up the style and you should be good. The next category is a wake-up call. A lot of y'all need to know some of the stuff that I'm saying. Sometimes you get used to doing things that you shouldn't be doing, and that could be hindering your hair growth. So first things first, no heat / unnecessary heat. You shouldn't be straightening your hair all the time, blow drying your hair out all the time. It's just not healthy. So the straightening your hair 2 times a month, 4 times a year, that's actually straining, like straining your hair and making it hard for your hair to prosper, because it's being seared with flat irons and blow dryers. So you should be able to step back and think about it, like, do I really need to do that? Is it necessary? That special date you're going to go on, you can literally just put your hair in like a twist out or a braid out or a wig. If you want your hair straight, do that. But always putting heat on your hair is not good. Secondly, coloring and bleaching your hair. Yes, you heard some naturals say you can bleach your hair. You can bleach your hair, color your hair, and it still be healthy. That's true for maybe the first couple of months, but after that, regardless, your hair is not meant to be bleached like that or colored all the time. So it's going to end up, becoming damaged, and it's not going to be the same as your virgin hair that's coming out of your scalp. So that hair that's already bleached or colored is going to be weaker than your new growth. So either you're going to keep on a cycle of damaging your hair, or you can just do a wig. Even if you want curly hair that is colored, you can get curly hair and bleach and color that, and it's not your actual hair. So that's how I work around bleaching and coloring my hair, by doing protective styles mimicking that. Another thing is tucking your ends. So your hair ends, if there's friction on it, you're gonna get split ends. Split ends, if you don't take care of split ends, they're gonna go up the hair shaft, and you're gonna end up with split hair strands, which is horrible, because now it's weakening that hair strand, and you're ultimately gonna lose that hair because it's not the full hair follicle that it used to be. So make sure to tuck your ends when it comes to braids and anything else. Honestly, make sure your hair isn't just having friction on it. That also goes for wearing a bonnet. So wear a bonnet all the time, headscarf around your edges. That helps from friction on your hair and prevents breakage. Also, when it comes to hairstyles, like low slick back buns, top knot buns, any type of buns, stronghold gels are not like our best friends. It sounds good, yes, it looks good for the pictures, everything, but repeatedly doing that, it's like messing with your hair. So use less stronghold gels. My next category is edges and ends. So I've already touched on this previously in the last one, but doing less slick backs helps protect your edges. And so when you're continuously taking, your edge brushes and your boar bristle brushes and slicking back your hair and your edges, you're putting strain on your edges. And I definitely am a victim of it, because I would always wear my hair in slick back buns, and when I would straighten my hair, I would realize I would have flyaways in the front of my edges, and it wasn't like it was baby hairs, it was literal like adult hairs that were broken off, and in like my this area on both sides. But yeah, so I realized the little low slick backs and all that strain on my edges is not the best. Next, don't manipulate your hair too much. When you manipulate your hair too much, all the styles in 1 week, or changing it up all the time, it's messing with your hair. I don't know how else to put it, but all those different hairstyles you do all the time, changing it up all the time, definitely messes with your hair. Next is trim your ends. Sometimes I realize we get in this little mindset like, oh, my hair's growing, I don't want to cut it because I'm gonna lose that length. At the same time, when you have strangly ends, heat damage ends, they're not really doing you much of any good. So it's best for you to chop them off. And I know, it's gonna hurt your heart, but the faster you chop them off, the easier your hair will want to grow, because first off, those also create split ends. So getting them out the way is a good idea. Or if your ends are just heat damaged and not really, dry or anything, it's just the curls are not coming back, you can use perm rods, the little blue perm rods. I use that to wrap around my ends when I do twist outs and braid outs, so that although it's straight, when it sets, it'll be in the curl, and I will still have that length that I wanted. So you can do that as well. The last category is mental note. So mentally, I'm gonna need you to be on the same page as me. This is how I realized my hair was growing. So don't compare yourself to other people. Excuse me. We sometimes get in the habit of, oh my goodness, I chopped my hair off, 4 years ago, and it's still the same length. But look at hers. She just cut her hair off, 6 months ago, and it's already past her shoulders. That literally is just damaging your mental, and it's blocking you from seeing the growth that you actually have. And you can also do that same damage to yourself by looking at old pictures all the time and trying to compare your hair from then and now, and realizing that, oh, it's not really growing that much. But if you take a step back, forget about it, go about your daily life, and then maybe come back to it a little later, you might be able to see that you actually have a difference. And if not, just understand your hair is still growing and be grateful that your hair is healthy. So yeah. Also, what goes with that too is being patient. Sometimes we get a little rushy, and we want our hair to grow then, there, and now. Deep conditioning every 30 seconds. Oil. Take a step back. Be patient. Be consistent in your routines. That'll help your hair grow. Next is know your hair porosity and texture. That helps you understand what products you need to use, what styles work best on your hair, how your curls work. So if you make sure to know your hair porosity, I'll put up maybe a picture or send a link in the description box on ways to figure out how to know what hair porosity you have, and hair texture. I'll drop them in the down bar or up here somewhere. But once you know that, it'll actually help you understand what you should be doing with your hair, or who you should watch on YouTube and stuff like that. Lastly, you don't need fancy hair products. Those expensive hair products you see at all these beauty supply stores, you really don't need them. Well, for me, obviously, that's what I've understood, is that you really don't need those hair products. They sound good, they work on other people's hair, but actually you should be doing your research, knowing what's in those products. And honestly, I realized that $1 conditioner, $2 conditioner works good on my hair. So with that being said, you really don't need crazy costly products, and I've learned that. If you got to the end of this video, please give it a like, a comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.